Hello everyone. Earlier we have discussed and performed experiments regarding logic gates and consensus theorem. So now we will move towards the combinational circuits. So before moving to combinational circuits, let's discuss some simplification techniques. These techniques are used to minimize or simplify the complex Boolean expressions. So the main objective of these simplification techniques, first objective is primary objective is to obtain an expression that has minimum number of terms. So terms are like this product, this is a term, and each of these variables are literals. So first is objective is to obtain an expression that has minimum number of terms, and after that secondly to obtain an expression with minimum number of literals. And if there is more than one possible solution with same number of terms, we are getting same number of terms, then we will take the one which is having minimum number of literals. So the techniques are different. There are different techniques. So we have already discussed application of laws and theorems of Boolean algebra. Today we will discuss K-map method, Karnaugh map method. So before going to K-map, let's discuss sum of product expression and product of sum expression. So in Boolean algebra, we have two standard types of Boolean expressions, SOP and POS. Now let's discuss sum of products. So sum of products, what we have sum of different terms, and each term with each term being either a single literal or a product of more than one literal. This term can have either one literal only, suppose a bar only, or it can have the product of more than one literal. So here it is a product. So and this SOP can be derived from the truth table. We will consider those input combinations that produce a logic one. So here this term, these two terms will be taken, and each such input combination produces a term. This each input combination produces a term, and different terms are given by the product of corresponding letters, and the sum of these terms give the expression. Finally we will add all these terms, and that will give us our SOP expression. Now SOP expression is also known as minterm expression. So this each of these terms is known as minterm. So this term is a minterm, this is a minterm, this is a minterm. So SOP is the sum of different minterms. So let's take this example. So in this example, this term is this combination one we are taking, and here one thing need to be remembered, this 0 is represented by complemented variable while 1 is represented by uncomplemented variable. So here a is 0, b is 0, c is 0, so a bar, b bar, c bar. For this combination, a is 0, a bar, b and c are 1, so bc. So this way we will take 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, and we will take the sum of these terms. Now coming to product of sum expression, here each term, this term contains sum of different literals, and finally we will take the product of all these terms. Here each term is known, in SOP each term is known as minterm. Here in POS this each term is known as max term. So POS expression is also known as max term expression. Here this POS can be obtained from truth table. Here what we will do, we will take those input combinations that produces a logic 0 at the output. So we will consider these combinations where we are getting 0 output. So for this, here one thing is different from SOP. 0 is represented by uncomplemented variable while 1 is represented with complemented variable. So we are having this, for this combination we are having 0 output. So 0 is represented by uncomplemented. So A, B, A or B, or one is represented by complemented variable, so C bar. Similarly, we will take all the terms and we will take the product of these. Therefore, we will get product of sums expression. Now, how to convert between SOP and POS? For conversion of POS into SOP is quite easy. What we do, we will take the product. So we will take the product of different terms. So we will expand it. So A dot A or A and B bar, then A and C. Similarly, we will open all the terms and finally we will get this expression. So this product of if we will add variable with its complement, so we will get 0, so this will be reduced to 0. If we will add a variable 2 times A and A, so we will get A only. So this way we will reduce this and we will finally get this SOP. So conversion of POS into SOP is quite easy. We will take the product. Now conversion of SOP into POS. For that, firstly we have to take the dual of that expression. Now dual of a given expression can be obtained by changing the operators. And will be replaced by or and or will be replaced by and similarly logic 1 is replaced by 0 while 0 is replaced by 1. But the literals, these variables A and B, here A bar and B bar, these are kept as it is. We don't complement these. If we complement these, then we will get the complement of the function. But for the dual, what we will do, we will change these operators. And will be replaced by or will be replaced by and if somewhere there is 1, so 1 will be replaced by 0 and 0 will be replaced by 1. But the variables, these literals, are kept as it is. So then after taking dual, multiply all the different terms to get the SOP form. Then remove the redundancy, repeated terms or redundant terms are removed. Then finally again take the dual to get the equivalent product of sum expression. So let's take this example. This is the SOP expression. So we will take the dual of this expression. So literals are kept as it is, A B are kept as it is, and this and is replaced by or. Then this or is replaced by and. Literals, these A bar B bar are kept as it is, and this and is replaced by or. Then we will multiply, we will open this expression, we will get this thing. So and again we will take the dual of this expression. So again taking the dual of this expression, A B bar, these are kept as it is, this and is replaced by or, this or is replaced by and this and is replaced by or. So finally we will get this POS. So what we will do, first we will take the dual, then multiply, expand it, then finally again take the dual. So finally we will get the POS. Now coming to expanded form, or we call it canonical form. Expanded form we take all is obtained by including all possible combinations of missing variable. And the expanded form, which in where each term contains all boolean variables in their true or complemented form, is known as canonical form. So suppose this example, we have A B and C. So this is a 3 variable equation. So but in few terms, this here C is missing, here A is missing, so we will expand it. So to expand it, what we will do, A dot B bar dot 1. So 1 can be written as C or C bar. Similarly, here A is missing, so 1 is there, so 1 can be represented as A or A bar. Here B is missing, so B or B bar. So then we will expand it. Here this term is repeated twice, so we will reduce it to 1 only, because A or A is equals to A only. So we will get this canonical SOP. Now similarly for POS, here C and D are missing. This is a 4 variable POS. So C and D, so we will replace C dot C bar. Here 0, C dot C bar is 0, D dot D bar is 0. So we will add these two. Then finally we will expand it with the distribution theorem. So A bar or B or C or D, and A bar or B or C or D bar. So finally we will get this expression. Now coming to sigma and pi nomenclature, the minterms SOP, the canonical SOP can be represented by minterms, the summation, the sigma and collection of these minterms. So what we will do, we will first of all convert the expression into expanded form. Then different terms are arranged in ascending order of binary numbers represented by various terms. This term represent a particular binary variable. Here in SOP, A is represented by 1, B bar by 0, C by 1. So this is 1 0 1, so on. So what we will do, we will arrange these in ascending order. So firstly we have taken A bar, B bar, C, because this is 0 0 1, then 1 0 1 0, so on. So the decimal equivalent of these terms enclosed in this sigma gives the sigma notation. So we are getting this. Now this is the function. So to take the complement of this function, what we have to do, we have to take the minterms which are left. So the complement of the function can directly be determined from sigma notation by including the left out entries from the list of all possible numbers for a three variable function. Here we have taken three variable function. So all the minterms which are left, all the possible input combination which are left will be taken under complement. So here this is a three variable, so 0 to 7 combinations we will get. So these combinations we have taken for the function, so remaining will be taken into complement. Similarly for POS, so POS we have to, one thing we have to remember, that the complement represents 1 and no, the true form is represented by 0. So A bar is represented by 1 and B is equals to 1, C is equals to B, C, D. These are true form, so we will represent them by 0. And similarly for getting the complement, we will take all the max terms which are left out. So one important thing we can deduce from all this discussion, that if a Boolean function is given by this minterm, summation of this minterm, then the all the, if we will take the all the max terms which are different from these, and we will take the POS form, so that will be represented by the function. This will be equivalent. And for the complement, we will take minterms which are left and max terms which are same. So min each minterm is complement of its corresponding max term. So this thing FABC, so we will take, if we are taking max term, so we will take the remaining ones other than these numbers. And if we are taking minterm only, so remaining minterms, but if for the complement and max term, same max terms. So coming to Karnaugh map method, this is a pictorial or graphical representation of logic system, and it can be drawn directly either from minterm, that is from sum of products, or max term, product of some Boolean expression. And if we are drawing it, if we are drawing the Karnaugh map from truth table, if we are given directly equation, so we can directly form. If we are given a truth table, so from truth table we will write the minterm or max term expression, and accordingly we will minimize the SOP or POS. So how to construct a Karnaugh map? First of all, how many squares we will have? Karnaugh map is a pictorial representation containing these squares. So how many squares we will have? If we have n variables, then we will have 2n squares. So suppose 2 variables, so 2 into 2, so 4 squares. And each possible input combination is allotted a square. Suppose a b, 2 variables are taken, so A bar, B bar, so it will be assigned a square. Similarly, A bar, B, Yeah, that is 0 1, it will be assigned a square. Now in case of minterm k map, one is placed in those squares for which the output is 1. So we will check the truth table, and the in the truth table wherever the output is 1, so those minterms will be replaced by 1, and 0 is placed in all those squares where the output is 0, and 0 we omit for simplicity, and x is placed in squares corresponding to don't care conditions means we are there is that is not defined, we are not getting a specific output, it can be 0 or it can be 1, so those are don't care conditions. Now in case of max term Karnaugh map, if we are getting max term, so 1 is placed in those squares where output is 0. Remember this thing, in truth table wherever output is 0, we will place a 1 for those max terms, and similarly 0 for the terms which correspond to one output, and x is for don't case. Now how to select these rows and columns? So these can be these are not unique, you can have any combination, but you have to satisfy one condition, that the designation of adjacent rows and adjacent columns should be same except for one of the letters being complemented. Each if addition in adjacent rows or in adjacent columns, there should be a difference of one only. That means only one variable should be changed into its complemented or uncomplemented form. That means we have to take the gray code here rather than normal binary. See here in three variable a bar a, so there is a here a is 0 and 1, so there is a difference of 1. This a is getting is complementing, so here b bar c bar, then b bar c, so this c bar is converting into c, so there is one difference only, b bar is same. Then coming to this, rather than going from b bar c to b c bar, we are going to bc, so here c is same, b bar is converting into b. Similarly this one, b is same, c is converting into c bar, so there is one difference only, so we are taking gray code here. So for gray code, how you can find out the gray code from the binary? Uh, you can find like this. Let me show you how to find gray code from binary. So suppose you have 0 0. So what for to find the gray code? What we will do? This MSB is kept as it is. This MSB is kept as it is. So 0 is kept as it is, and then we will XOR these two, 0 XOR 0, so 0 XOR 0 is 0 only. So gray code of this binary number 0 0 is 0 0 only. Now suppose we take 1 0, so let's take 1 0, so gray code of this will be 1. This is MSB, we will consider it as 1 only. Then we will XOR these two bits, 1 XOR 0, so 1 XOR 0 will be 1, because XOR gate gives a high when both are dissimilar, so these are dissimilar, so 1. So gray code of 1 0 is 1 1. So this way we can have the gray code. So here also in KMap we take the gray code. So for how to form the group of ones in KMap, so so each square containing 1 must be considered at least once. So each square, whichever minterm or maxterm is present, we have to consider it at least once. It has to be grouped at least once. The objective should be account for all the marked squares and minimum number of groups. You have to assign minimum number of groups, and you have to cover all the squares with the minimum number of groups. Number of squares in a group must always be in the power of 2. You have to make a group in power of 2. Like you have to make a pair, you can make a quad pair of a group of 4 ones, then an octet, similarly 16 pair of 16 ones, so on. So each group should be as large as possible. Each group should be as large as possible, which means that a square should not be accounted for by itself if it is accounted for by a group of 2 squares. For a group of 2 squares should not be made if involved if it can be included in a group of 4 square. Means first preference you will give to octet. If octet is not forming, then quad. Then if quad is not forming, then pair. Then don't care entries can be accounted for, can be used in accounting for all of one squares to make optimum groups. You can use don't cares if it is making optimum groups. They are marked X in the corresponding squares. It is not necessary to account for all don't care entries. We have to take only those entries which can be used to advantage. Only those are used that can be used to advantage should be used. So this thing I have already told you. Priority of grouping in K-map. First of all, you will go for the octet group of 8 ones. Then if octet is not forming, then you will go for the quad. Then if quad is not forming, then pair, and finally single term. And after performing all this, you will remove the redundant group. The redundant group is group whose all ones or zeros are grouped by smaller adjacent group. If some smaller adjacent groups are taking those ones, so the bigger group can be redundant, because if ones are already those ones are already grouped by adjacent smaller adjacent groups, so that big group can be removed. So if number of cells group 2, so one variable can be eliminated. If you form a quad, so two variables can be eliminated. 8 ones are grouped, so three variables can be eliminated. And if all the cells of a K-map are grouped, if all entries are 1, so that means it implies output is 1 in SOP and 0 in POS. If there is 1 in every, here suppose here 1 1 1 1, so this will be equivalent to 1 if SOP is taken. If POS, then it will be equals to 0. So let's take an example. So we are given a boolean function of three variable. These are the minterms, and these are don't care terms. So we have to use mapping method, K-map method. In both we have to minimize sum of product as well as product of sum form. So first let's take the minterms. So here this in PO in SOP form, what we will do, we will three variable, so we will make the K map, and we will place one for the minterms which are taken in the function. So these minterms are taken in the function, that means output will be 1 for these combinations. So for 0, this minterm we are taking SOP, so 0 represented by complemented form. So 0 is decimal equivalent, so 0 0 0, all these three are 0, so this will be 0th minterm. This will be 0 0 1, so first minterm. Then this one be third, this one be second, and so on you can mark. So 1 we are getting at 0 1 3 5, so 0 1 3 and 5. And don't care, you are getting at 2 and 7, so don't care, you are getting 2 and 7. Now we will group it. So octet we can't get here, so we will go for quad. So this one, first we will check the one which can be paired only in a one way only. So this one can be paired only this through this quad. Similarly this one can be paired, be paired as pair with this one, but it will be better to pair it in quad, because with priority we will give to quad, so we will group it like this. So this way, so if we in normal when we have not minimized, we will open this expression, so we will get this. This much only. These are minterms only, we are not taking don't cares. Now product of sum, 4 6. So here we have to consider that the complemented variable is represented by 1 and uncomplemented by 0. So 4 that, so to make the 4 we are giving this a bar, it will represent 1, b c will represent 0 0. So 1 0 0. So this is the fourth max term. Similarly, sixth max term, we these don't cares are not considered here. So don't care is given here, the 0 2 and 7. So in minterm form it will, don't cares will be these two, and in max term 2 7, these will be the don't cares. Now we have formed the k map, we have grouped. So in the minimized SOP, boolean function will be given by this. First take this quad. So in this quad, we what we have to do, we in a pairing we have to look for the variable which is not changing. So we will take the variable which is not changing. So here all other terms are changing, only this a is not changing, a is at 0 and we are considering it for SOP. So 0 will be marked with complemented form. So for this we will take a bar. Now for this quad, a is varying, b is varying from 0 to 1, only c is constant and c is at 1. So it will be replaced by, it will be, we will take c. So the minimized SOP will be c or a bar. Now coming for POS. So for POS, what we will do in SOP, in from the truth table, wherever we are getting the output 0. So here we will get 0 because these places either 1 or don't care. So these places we will get 0. So we will mark 1 for the POS where we are getting 0 output. So in these two places we are having 0, and we will place max term, these don't care terms as it is. Now what we will do, we will pair these ones. So we have paired these ones. So these ones can be paired like this. We don't need to take the don't care because these two are already paired with each other. So now we will deduce the expression from it. So what we will do, in this pair, a is constant and C is constant. So A is in 1. So we are taking POS. So what, this 1 will be represented by A bar. Now C is in 0 form. So C can be represented by C only. You have to keep one thing in mind, that for if SOP you are taking, so 0 is represented by complemented and 1 by uncomplemented, while in case of POS you have to group zeros, you replace the max terms if you fill the squares for which the output is 0, and you will place 1 there, and then you will pair and you will assign the expression according to POS. So here for 1 a bar and 0 this c. So finally you get the minimized product of sum boolean function. So in this way, you can do the simplification of Boolean expression. This will be used for design of combinational circuits. So we will see that in next experiment. So thank you.